Hi everyone. A quick video for today. I just wanted to respond to the news that I got this morning that Milo has been permanently banned from Twitter. Now, I have a Twitter account. I'm not all that active there, mostly because I generally am too busy to, not just to tweet, but I have a recognition that you kind of have to promote you've got to promote yourself on Twitter. You've got to build a following for your tweets to be meaningful in any way. And I just really haven't had time to do that. But I do think, obviously, it's very important that all of these social media networks are open avenues for the expression of free thought and contrary opinion. Anything short of an incitement to violence, I think, has to be protected speech. And of course, yes, Twitter is a private company and all that. I understand all of that. But that's one of the reasons why I think it's important for people to think seriously, including myself, about taking down all their Twitter pages and abandoning Twitter altogether and leave these people to their safe space. Leave them to the irrelevance of their echo chamber. And to come up with, as Computing Forever suggested in a video that I watched today, an alternative, something that where we can actually go and freedom of expression can continue. And sometimes the best thing that can happen is for a dictator to actually act like a dictator. So, Twitter banning Milo is a good sign. It's a canary in a coal mine for the rest of us to wake up and recognize that this is not a legitimate social media platform. It's an attempt at an echo chamber. And the thing that bothers me the most, actually, about this whole thing, aside from Milo being banned for not, something he's not responsible for, essentially, is the attempt at real-time revisionist history that's taking place here. Now, I've said, I think in videos past, that I really detest revisionist history. It's something that really I find frustrating. I think it doesn't serve us well that, the victors write the history books and all that sort of thing. And there's more to it than that. It's far more nuanced than just assuming that the victors write history. It's not exactly like that, and what constitutes a victor anyway. But what is amazing about our new connected age, it's not that new anymore, but our modern world is not only are we connected to each other in real time, not only can our events kind of supercharged by this real-time connectivity that we all have, but it gives the opportunity for revisionist historians to enact that revisionist history in real time. It's happening right as we sit here, and that is, of course, that Milo Yiannopoulos wasn't just banned from Twitter, but all the trending Milo topics apparently have disappeared. And a lot of people have commented this. A lot of people have tweeted this, that suddenly he's not trending either. And a lot of other people have had this, and I didn't even really know what a shadow ban was. There's a lot of underhanded, behind-the-scenes, shadowy activity that's taking place here as well. And that is active, real-time revisionist history, trying to attempt to make things disappear. And I find that personally quite disgusting, and I do find it very troubling. The interesting thing, I think, to note through all of this, and it'll be interesting to watch, is what happens to the silent majority. Because I operate from the firm belief that the majority of people in the West are reasonable, rational people who typically don't tend to speak out too much. They are the silent majority, and I think you can push them so far until they get fed up, and then when they react, they're going to react en masse, or at least a large proportion of them, and make their voices heard in a way that may shock and surprise those social justice oriented type people who seek to achieve their ends at all costs. Violence, freedom of speech, those things are protected unless, of course, we've got an ideological position wherein we think that it's okay. We can make that judgment call on our own, that violence in the name of this is okay. Canceling freedom of speech in the name of this ideology is okay. And of course it isn't. If you start making that allowance for yourself, you open yourself up to other people arbitrarily making that dictatorial, pronouncement that their ideology warrants all of these things. And, rule of law and individual liberty and freedom and human rights get flushed. And you have to do the right thing first. You lose the moral high ground when you unilaterally decide that you can deny another person their individual rights and freedoms in a pursuit of some perceived justice for another person who'd had their individual rights and freedoms denied. This is why we have the rule of law in the West, and why we reject kangaroo courts and all that sort of thing. And it's interesting to me to note how much a lot of people, particularly in the social justice community, deem it okay to violate other people in the name of their particular ideology or brand of justice, whatever you call it. But I do think that the calls for an alternative to Twitter are a good idea. And in fact, I would go so far as to say if there were a new alternate to Twitter, I would promote myself more, my YouTube channel, my own tweets and my channel. I would make an effort, I think, to really support, for the purposes of supporting, an alternate to Twitter that is a free-thinking, non-censorious platform for people to really engage in the kind of critical speech that we need to. I don't agree, as everyone has to say, preface everything with, I don't agree with everything Milo says. But of course, as the cliche goes, I would fight to the death for his right to say it. Yes, he's a provocateur. Provocateurs are important, and it is, after all, speech. One thing that you don't do, I don't think, with this type of active revisionist history that Twitter is engaging in now, is you don't actually remove the thoughts and the concepts and the ideas put forth by people like Milo Yiannopoulos and other people who've been maybe not banned, but maybe shadow banned from certain posts and that sort of thing, or have been threatened with being banned. It's sort of like you put it in a pressure cooker and those ideas don't go away. And eventually it will reach critical mass and that pressure cooker will explode. Better if you think Twitter, whoever this Jack guy is, I guess he's the inventor of Twitter, I don't know. Better if you really think that they are wrong-headed and that they are hurtful and harmful in some way, better you should expose them. You should be promoting their tweets so that other people can weigh in and we can have a discussion. An attempt to remove someone's thoughts and speech from the national and international dialogue is a huge mistake, and I think it's going to backfire on Twitter. I only hope that it does. I'm ready to either provocateur enough myself to get banned from Twitter or just cancel my Twitter account altogether. I haven't decided that. But make no mistake, what we are witnessing here with the permanent ban of Milo Yiannopoulos from Twitter, as well as other people, as well as the shadow banning that occurs, is an active, real-time attempt at revisionist history, and it should not be tolerated. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have a good day.